1. What has triggered this global economic disparity? Structural trade systems exploit developing nations. How can international organizations bridge this gap? By enforcing strict financial transparency protocols. 2. Why is digital surveillance expanding so rapidly? Governments want to prevent international terrorist activities. What basic rights do citizens lose here? Their privacy is completely violated online today. 3. Who suffers most from deep misinformation campaigns? Voters who cannot distinguish reliable news sources. Where do these false stories spread fastest? On social platforms, using hidden AI algorithms. 4. When will our current medical system collapse? When sudden pandemics overwhelm local public hospitals. How can we prevent this tragic situation? By increasing government funding for essential healthcare. 5. Which industry faces severe ethical supply chains? The fast fashion sector ignores worker safety. What solutions do conscious consumers demand? Now? They want companies utilizing certified organic materials. 6. How does corporate greed destroy natural environments? By ignoring carbon footprints to maximize profits. Who should penalize these giant international firms? Stricter global courts must impose heavy fines. 7. What factors contribute to regional depopulation today? Young generations migrate seeking better employment opportunities. Where can rural areas find economic solutions? By developing sustainable ecotourism projects locally now. 8. Why did ocean biodiversity decrease so drastically? Commercial fishing fleets overexploited fragile marine life. What measures should international leaders adopt immediately? Creating vast marine protected zones without fishing. 9. Who is affected by automated hiring biases? Minority groups frequently rejected by flawed software. How can companies ensure fair employment processes? By checking algorithmic decisions regularly with humans. 10. When will the international community eliminate poverty? When global wealth is distributed more equitably. Do you see practical changes being made? Yes, some nations offer universal basic income. 11. Where do displaced citizens seek political asylum? They escape toward democratic countries offering safety. How can we improve their legal integration? By providing free language and vocational training. 12. How does severe cyber warfare threaten nations? It can disable critical public infrastructure instantly. What is the most effective defense mechanism? Enhancing national cybersecurity protocols with advanced encryption. 13. What defines a truly sustainable urban city? Zero-emission buildings mixed with abundant green spaces. Where should green investments be directed first? Toward improving efficient, hydrogen-powered public transit lines. 14. Why are global food chains becoming unstable? Extreme weather disruptions decrease crop yields everywhere. How can modern farmers adapt to change? By utilizing advanced indoor vertical farming techniques. 15. Who protects whistleblowers exposing large corporate crimes? Independent legal organizations offering free consultation services. Where can they share hidden truth safely? On secure encryption. Platforms designed for leaks. 16. When should nations completely ban plastic production? When completely biodegradable. Alternatives become cheap enough. What temporary tax should governments introduce here? Imposing heavy carbon taxes on single-use plastics. 17. Where will toxic nuclear waste be moved? To deep geological repositories within stable rock. How long will these facilities remain dangerous? They require strict monitoring for 10,000 years. 18. How can we stop modern sweatshop labor? By auditing supply. Chains of retail brands. Why do corporations avoid these strict checks? To cut operational costs and maintain profits. 19. What triggers severe water privatization conflicts globally? Big corporations buying local fresh water sources. Who suffers most when water prices rise? Impoverished communities unable to afford basic clean water. 20. Why does income inequality persist across generations? Rich families access exclusive, high-quality educational opportunities. What reform can effectively break this cycle? Implementing free university education for low-income students. 21. Who handles international climate refugee settlement issues? The United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees. When will legal definitions include these people? When international treaties undergo major structural updates. 22. When will greenwashing practices be legally punished? When advertisement regulations demand absolute scientific proof. What should conscious consumers do until then? Boycott brands making vague environmental claims online. 23. Where can we store green energy efficiently? Inside large-scale grid batteries using new materials. Will battery production harm our environment? 2. Mining rare metals still causes pollution issues. 24. How can we enhance democratic election integrity? By utilizing paper ballots alongside secure technology. Who attempts to interfere with domestic voting? Foreign hacker groups. Utilizing sophisticated social engineering. 25. What results from extreme soil nutrient depletion? Desertification expands, ruining once fertile agricultural land. Can modern biochar technology restore soil health? Yes. It captures carbon while enriching grounds. 26. Why is fast fashion causing garbage crises? Millions of unsold items are burned daily. What legal restrictions should governments apply quickly, forcing retail brands to recycle left clothes? 27. Who pays for treating air pollution illnesses? Taxpayers and low-income families carry heavy burdens. When will heavy electric trucks reduce emissions? Once wireless highway charging systems expand widely. 28. Where can victims of online fraud complain? To specialized national cybercrime investigation divisions online. What do digital forensic experts do? Exactly. They trace illegal cryptocurrency transactions to suspects. 29. How can we protect digital identity securely? By utilizing decentralized blockchain technology for IDs. Do you trust government digital databases completely? No. Centralized systems face huge leak risks. 30. When did noise pollution impact marine life? When giant commercial cargo shipping routes expanded. What happens to whales under severe stress? Their navigation systems get completely confused daily. 31. What follows when local microgrids fail completely? Widespread power blackouts paralyze entire smart cities. Can backup renewable batteries maintain critical systems? Yes. Hospital equipment remains active through them. 32. Why should universities implement inclusive education policies? To welcome diverse students from underprivileged backgrounds. When did they start tracking diversity data? Most public institutions began doing so recently. 33. Who bridges regional technological access? Divide issues? Nonprofit groups providing free, refurbished laptops nearby. How can rural students benefit from internet? Through attending specialized advanced computer science classes. 34. Where is advanced geothermal energy harvested most? In volcanic island regions like Iceland currently. Will traditional utilities switch to geothermal soon? High initial drilling costs delay wider adoption. 35. How can cities reduce concrete construction waste? By mandates, enforcing recycling of building materials. Which modern materials offer lower carbon alternatives? Cross-laminated timber products are getting popular. 36. When will international fast fashion companies change? When strict circular economy regulations enforce compliance. Do you avoid buying synthetic fiber clothes? Yes. Microplastics pollute oceans when washed daily. 37. What accelerates rapid Arctic permafrost melting today? Greenhouse gas concentrations feedback loops trap heat. What dangerous substances are released into air? Methane gas leaks out, accelerating climate change. 38. Why do dynamic white-collar crimes go unpunished? Wealthy criminals utilize sophisticated international corporate lawyers. How can transparency laws reduce corruption levels? By forcing public registration of actual owners. 39. Who monitors toxic chemical levels in rivers? Local Environmental Protection Agency researchers check daily. Where are dangerous chemical dumping activities reported? To government hotlines, via encrypted smartphone apps. 40. When did international carbon offset markets start? They became organized under global climate treaties. Did they reduce industrial factory emissions effectively? Critics argue they just allow wealthy polluters